Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's warming up here as we get ready for the match of the day. Why not? The winners from yesterday are going up against their newest opponent, Alt+F4. Stay tuned soon for the match. ladies and gentlemen, looks like our teams are just about ready to queue up. So we're going to cut over to the main view. And before we get going, we'd like to join the Why Not team and get a short interview with them and see how they're feeling today. So, hey there. How's everybody doing today?
Great.
Hey, we're doing good.
Hello.
Good to hear. One of you people is definitely, no, wait, you actually have everyone here today, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Great. So we get to see your full force.
Oh yeah.
If you want to call it that, yeah, let's go with that.
That's the word we'll use. Force.
Well, nobody denies that you guys are a force to be reckoned with. So let's start off by talking a little bit about yesterday. We saw a lot of ults, a lot of damage, and a lot of positioning. How did you guys find it all? Did you think it was a walk in the park or rush?
I mean, it was a little parts were tight. I'll give them that. It was tight in certain areas. They had a few mistakes. You know, it happens.
Yeah, it was
It was a good match. I really enjoyed it.
especially King's Row. It was really frantic at times. We started out slow and kind of had to quickly recover. That kept us a bit on our heels more than we would have liked. But I think we were able to slow down the pace of the game enough to get us back in our groove. Our ult efficiency wasn't the greatest, but we did manage to get the kills when we needed.
And that's what matters. Win the fights, win the point. So,
Yeah.
did you guys practice any particular lineups for today in particular? I know that you didn't really have a lot of time since yesterday, but today, like, is there any special practice you guys did to prepare for the playoffs?
Well, we haven't really practiced much together as a full team at all. It's just been really difficult to schedule. I've been looking for a new job, and that took away a lot of my time. But we've all been putting in individual time to improve, especially myself, since I find myself with some more free time lately. But yeah, no, we're just going with it.
Yeah, in retrospect, our ult economy was really nice last night. Like, it wasn't perfect, but I think compared to where we first started in season 1, and season 1 we put a lot of practice in, like crazy amount of practice. That definitely paid off.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you'll
some of the
def.
scripts have been really helpful too.
Sorry.
Really helpful. We've been doing as well.
Of course, you always gotta get practice against something that's not bots. If you will. So, with your full lineup being here today, do you think that we're going to see anything a little different from when you had the sub yesterday? Do you think the sub impacted your performance, or do you think that that threw a little bit of your game off? And how do you think that's going to affect today's gameplay?
I'm gonna let Conjure answer that question.
Well, I will just make one quick comment, and that today we will see our full salt potential realized. And with me being missing yesterday, I was missing.
There was a certain toxicity in the air that just wasn't there.
Yep.
Like
Friend
I
or
said,
foe, it's part of what makes you guys you, eh?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it looks like the match is about to start. You guys have everybody lined up on both sides. So before I kick it off to you guys to play a great game, do you have anything you want to say to the opposing team out there?
good luck, have fun, apply lube judiciously.
Some good sportsmanship and some fun slander.
Recommended application is the buttocks and inner thighs.
Well, this has been Why Not, and I'll kick it back to you, Max. Thanks, Max. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the match is about to start. Now we've met with our gracious hosts, why not? The home team of this match, and Alt+F4, the away. We'll see how this match is going to go down. We'll be starting on King's Row. New phone, who dis? I don't know.
Now entering King's Row.
Okay, King's Row. Now, many of you probably remember this from yesterday, but King's Row is your traditional hybrid map. You start by unlocking a payload, and will eventually move that payload through 2 checkpoints, gaining time along the way for your first pass. Eventually, whether time runs out or you reach the end point, the teams will swap, and then the opposing team will have a chance to do the same set of actions. This is going to be a very interesting fight because Alt+F4 is going to be having a handful of subs today. That is going to definitely throw a hamper into anything they may have practiced, but their micro skill is going to be at the same level. Let's start by getting a little looky at the lineup here. Looks like we're going to have our standard why not setup here. Venture Moose is going to be on Reinhardt, and Cynics is going to be on Zarya. These two have a really good bubble shield combination, can put out a lot, and I mean a lot of damage. Felina has been really good at cutting off the enemy team as well. So, by all means, why not has the setup here in order to defend? Meanwhile, Twiggy's going to be playing Moira and Mr. Kano on Lucio, so we're hopefully going to see a bit more of the speed boost as we try to come in here through first point. And they're out of the gates. 4 minutes on the clock. Let's see what happens. Alt+F4 is playing a little sheepishly right now, staying close to her spawn, trying to, I guess, recon some information most likely. Oh, and here comes some switches. Twiggy's going to swap off Moira and go straight to Brig, and Mr. Kano is going to go on to Mercy. Ooh, Viralace onto the Widowmaker. We're going to see some interesting headshots, hopefully. Cynics hiding around the corner. Maybe they already know. Well, if they didn't know already, Viralace is giving away their position with that. Premium goes down with an immediate headshot. Already down 2 in the fight, though. Looks like Why Not may have potentially won this battle, but not the war. Reinhardt being stuck in a hotel may end up rejoining the team. Felina using that ice wall in order to keep them out and regroup for the lost premium from the previous fight. Again, we see the team setting up here. They're playing very coordinated. They want to make sure they get their Sombra into position and yet a hack off, but it looks like that hack's going to be denied. Gonna have to use the recall early. Premium using Wraith to get out of a dangerous situation that could have ended really poorly. And with the ice wall going in, Slick's going to have to be hiding for a little while before he can get out. Premium taking revenge, though. Viralace goes down and Slick to follow. That should spell a very early victory for Why Not. You have to commend these guys. Alt+F4 have been monitoring their team fights very closely. They don't want to go in one man down. And as I say that, Twiggy goes down, comes right back up, taking out Premium. This could be a very strong fight for Alt+F4. Felina's going to try and bide some time, but will most likely inevitably die. With 2 down, Alt+F4 has the man advantage in order to take Why Not off this point. Venture Moose putting up a shield, but not really getting a lot of value out of there. Ooh, and the hammer comes down. This is why you water your ults, people. Plasma's able to throw out a ton of damage still, though. Not fully dying to that Reinhardt. Premium, using the ultimate, not really getting a lot of value. Has to get the Valk out there in order to even stay afloat for the time being. Cynics eventually goes down due to Plasma's overly high charge, and the Valk's going to be used in order to get out of there by kilojoules. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that salt we heard about is starting to come to fruition. Alt+F4 doesn't really have a mana advantage yet. They didn't push up as intensely as we did see yesterday. But perhaps that's to their own benefit. We have support alt up for a support alt and tank alt up for both sides, but it's clear that Alt+F4 has the advantage, barring Viralace's recent death. The real question is, when are you going to use your first ult? At this point, Alt+F4 is being frozen and split in between the two parties. It's strong gravity wave, but an anti. Wow, you don't need anything apparently in order to beat a Zen ult. On a move over, Reinhardt's in charge. Ooh, Premium comes in, getting 2 kills right off the bat. That could slow down a lot for Alt+F4's progress here. Oof, but unable to secure the kill onto that Zenyatta. Perhaps it's not as beneficial as they were hoping. Meanwhile, on the payload, seeing some sneaky mercy play, trying to get a cheeky res, is denied by Venture Boost and that Hammer of Justice. With 3 kills down on the Alt+F4 side, it looks like that's going to be a reset. Looking at the ultimate economy right now, all you really have is Transcendence and Sights. Sights, you can easily get a few picks, and those few picks can spell a complete roll for this next point. But for the most part, you wouldn't say that it's a raw power ultimate. Coming online, though, we're seeing a strong Dragon Blade, or Dragon Arrow, and and a giant hammer, killing everyone in their path. Why not reclaims this point, and with the exception of the Widow, it's a team wipe. Widow most likely will be escaping back to her backline and not getting that staggered. Oh, but the late stagger kill from that Sonic Arrow. Felina clicking faces today. However, that will cost them the nice supportive capabilities that the Mei had. So we're interested to see how this turns out. Oop, pulling out a preemptive Valkyrie. Killajool is going to try and keep everybody healed and powered up. Ooh, but even though you have a lot of healing potential, never mind. You didn't lose anybody. Transcendence pulled out at the right time there, too. There wasn't enough healing on the stage to just use Valkyrie in order to heal everyone up. Premium getting 2 kills and the gravity. This is going to spell a fast round 1. And with that, Alt+F4 is able to secure 1 point and most of the distance to the second. However, in a single fight, anything can happen. The rolling possibilities on these styles of maps, anytime you have to capture a point, is very intense. All of the carnage and all of the destruction. I see that today will be a day that lives in infamy. And at the beginning of this mid-round switchover that we're seeing, we get to see a very different composition coming out. I would like to bring to note that Twiggy is playing Ana. Now, Twiggy is probably the #2 Ana in the OeSL right now. the number one being Masa, the freaking paintball god, Twiggy usually compensates very nicely by using his high communication skills. So we can expect to see a lot of big antis, and the follow through of that could just mean Goats is completely mitigated, which, if we go to the why not spawn, that's what we're seeing, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see some fast and hard Goats. Felina on the Lucio means that they're probably going to be going around the Mandata statue. But let's not count our eggs before they hatch. Ooh, and already Venture Moose taking the main goal. This is a very interesting tactic. Felina playing a mid ground here. What are they doing? Just going to try and, yes, and they speed boost to get rid of the ice wall. Nice move, Felina. There's a bit of contention over point now, but both sides sheepishly mocking each other from opposite ends. Brigit doing a lot of nasty damage, trying to take out the Mei before she can freeze any of her allies. Mei, at the same time, is of course keeping Kanjur from doing all that healing that he gets from the damage that he'll normally do. Looks like that's going to be point one. So, looks like we're going to be pushing up on the why not side, trying to get that extra distance really early. Getting an early pick here could spell a complete roll. Felina's going to swap now, straight onto the Hanzo. Now, Hanzo on this section of the map, the real reason you go Mei for the first section is for that wall, because you have a really strong choke point there. But here, you want to kind of keep the payload moving. It's not the best idea to use a offensive Mei. Premium is going for the boosters, trying to take out that Pharah, but not finding a lot of results. Ooh, knocking out Premium in the end. Premium not going to try and die and reset or go back to spawn, is going to try and get the mech back the hard way. 50, 75%, that's not exactly going to be the hardest thing in the world. Ooh, the hammer negating half of the Graviton Surge. Not going to be the best trade-off for why not if they want to make a fast, strong win. Of course, when you're up 2, what do you need really in order for your win condition? Six is really high charge right now. Even though he just used his Graviton Surge, I can imagine that by the time the next fight comes, if it comes, he'll already have most of his charge ready for the next ultimate. Why not? Not even needing any more ults. Brigit. Felina. On Hanzo, most likely on the defense. Yes. This was a strong combo. This is what really won them the match, actually. They were able to completely stop the point, even though, at this point, Alt+F4 had more ultimates ready. A very, very deft move on her part.
Epic. It's nice to be appreciated.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give, why not, 1 point. We'll be taking a short 2-minute break while we set up the next match. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. and gentlemen, looks like the next match is about to start.
1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
They've already started to stop the payload, apparently. This is high quality gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. Already, Felina getting a triple kill with a boop. Don't you wish you could see that? I do. Why not getting an early and very decisive defensive victory? We'll see how they decide to swap it up on the Alt+F4 side. It looks like Slick is going to be on the Pharah now, and Viralace on the Widowmaker. Just like before, trying to get an early pick out of the spawn, so this way they can start a rolling momentum. Viralace clicking 2 faces! What the heck is this, man? Where's the shields? Premium and Venture Moose. Looks like Premium's going to swap it up, actually. Going to a Hanzo in order to try and deal with a little bit more of this sniper battle, as the Torbjorn turret was not helping them. Cynics falls asleep with high charge. Oof, they let that sit a little longer. Probably would have been for the better. Looks like Alt+F4 is going to win this fight without much of a, well, distinctive fight. Why not? Oof, able to secure a kill from long range with Venture Moose's fire, but in the end, looks like Why Not's going to try and stabilize it right here, right now. Ooh, and getting the res off onto Kanjur. Kilojoules really pulling up some important reses. Viralace going to try and go in for some more snipes just as before. Crispy angles! Kanjur goes down, and looks like the Pharah, aka Felina, is going to die really fast. Sleeping the Reinhardt. Reinhardt going down as well. Looks like Alt+F4 has got their momentum back. Not going to take kindly to that previous match. Cynics, long walk back home. Looks like death might be the faster way. And looks like we're going to get a slight lull in the fight while we wait for Why Not to recover from that stagger. Venture Moose, though, going in alone. What is this black magic? Ooh, the bubble used in order to try and negate any damage that might have come out from that charge. Venture Moose now up close and personal. Shield's not going to do much for you now, buddy. Ooh, and the hammer to negate most of the damage from Cynics' Graviton Surge. Even the Rocket Barrage wasn't able to do a lot out of that. Viralace going to kill herself in order to reset. Looks like Why Not has won that fight, with the exception of Felina's unfortunate suicide. So it's trying to get some, maybe a little bit of charge, maybe a little bit of poke damage, you know, get a little of that charge back, but all in all, not much happening right now. Welcome, 60. Ooh, small anti from Twiggy, but the bubble's going to negate most all of the tools in Anna's kit. Kilojoules is using that Valkyrie, and it looks like he's getting a bit of value out of that. Oh, and we got an unexpected pause, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a short break while, oh god, the Moira sounds. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we can't shut that off here at Electric Burger Studios, so I'm just going to turn down system volume so you don't have to deal with that noise. So let's do a slight review of everything that just happened in these last fights. We've been seeing a lot of important bubble timings from Cynics. Not getting a lot of charge for this particular fight, at least not on the ultimate front. But tactical DC. We're getting a lot of value out of the bubbles on the why not side. Twiggy has really been carrying the Alt+F4 side with a lot of the use of the everybody's ears are breaking from the Moira. Twiggy's really been doing a lot of the carrying from the strategic point of view, and Virale's doing just hella damage on these maps out of the gate, trying to click those faces and get the early momentum that they need in order to roll out of the gates. What does this mean on a whole? It should mean that on the why not side, they should be playing more defensively. And on the Alt+F4 side, they should be monitoring a lot more on resource usage. And with that, it looks like D-Money has rejoined the game. When the Alt+F4 team says go, looks like we will be rejoining the match. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this time to remind you about our sponsor, water. It's a very important resource, and the water company has paid me to remind you, pay your hydro water bills as opposed to hydroelectric bills. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody ready? And looks like we're going to be back right now. Oof. Healing is finally over. Venture moves back to full health. Getting a lot of charge for Felina there. Not going to chase down Plasma after that unfortunate disconnect. Now, I'm unsure of what D-Money's ultimate charge was, but it looks like that's going to be fully reset. The unfortunate element in disconnects even in these matches. This is going to go on an interesting flank. Probably going to try and get some of that death ball action or recon some information. After all, she does have the highest mobility of anybody currently on the why not side. Now with the Nano Boost ready to go, we'll see where we decide to throw this out in Twiggy's front. If I had to take a guess, I'd say they're not going to be waiting for the... Ooh, you see that it's been released onto Zarya, doing a hella damage, but not with a lot of charge. So most of the value being mitigated to anything except really healing, but Premium coming in with the triple kill. Flashbang to the face, getting that last pick. Ooh, and a stagger kill onto D-Money. This is going to look like it's going to be the last fight. Twiggy going to swap to Zenyatta. Got to get that damage in really up close and personal. Meaning that the healing output in this team has significantly dropped. Ooh, Premium going in for a personal kill, but getting chased down by that Mercy pistol. Kano getting the res off. Looks like it's still going to be a 6-man fight. Let's see. Slick with his ultimate is still going to have a good shot at doing some serious damage, but with the gravity, we'll see exactly how far that goes. Apparently not much. Sorry, guys. Looks like Why Not's going to be taking this match too. Well, round. Inaccurate statement. Just like last game, it seems like Alt+F4 is going to make their way a nice margin of the way through, but not exactly half. Despite, as I said earlier, it being half on King's Row. I had misspoken. I love how you can't go through the not broken elements. You can go through the broken ones. Ladies and gentlemen, Moira as a robot. Now Now we get to see this payload with its fragile postal service mail go over the Bridge of Death, past the Museum of... Honestly, I don't even know what that's museum of. I don't read Italian. Over yet another Bridge of Death, past a theater, an opera theater, all the way to said block. Can why not do it, or will Alt+F4 get their first point in this series? Now, we're expecting to see a lot out of Viralace. He's been clicking faces. It's really been stopping the fights before they've started, or giving the momentum in order to roll. Like always, some friendly crouching before the start of a fight. This time we're going to see Twiggy on Lucio. Twiggy, a man of many talents. Ooh, unable to get the headshot into venture moves. Viralace isn't going to be able to do much. Premium, though, killing Meccano. That's not something you can res. Slick 2 falling early. This looks like it's going to be a very fast fight. Ooh, and the Boopsio coming out, killing Venture Moose early. Meanwhile, Kilojewel's just doing the suck on Faye. Well, Faylina's dying out here. Come on! Oof. Let's check out with the fight now. Gonna see Meccano come in, get that res he wasn't able to do when he was dead. Ooh, Premium just clicking Viralace's face. Viralace not having a very good round. This is going to definitely put a hamper on what Alt+F4 can bring to the table today. Seeing a lot of abilities going out, but not really finding a lot of connection or ult generation. The next ultimate to watch out for is, ooh, the Rocket Barrage. The expectation was generally that Cynics would have combined that with the Barrage, but Zarya Barrage? Who needs it when you can just kill people? Looks like Slick and Twiggy are going to take out a few people. Combining with both support ults, looks like Alt+F4 is going to stabilize. This is a very important point to stabilize on, because after this, they're going to be slowed down the heck because of how far they have to walk. Supposing we don't lose any more ult charge, let's see how this next fight goes. Venture Moose coming in, having a lot of shield while he gets really close. Gravity comes in, but doesn't really find much. Ooh, Viralace clicking faces! Gonna end that fight even with the Graviton Surge invested into that. And it looks like that's going to be a fight for Alt+F4. Ladies and gentlemen, do not Alt+F4 out of this video. It's a very intense matchup that we actually have going on now. When given the space, Viralace can do a lot of damage, but as long as you have people like Faylina and Premium putting pressure on her, then you're not going to get a lot of value out of it. On that note, we're going to see Premium on Junkrat. Now, usually this is Premium's choice pick for more of a shield-breaking comp, but given the setup, it's a very interesting swap to make. Twiggy in the back line, able to survive without getting killed. Gonna pop that ult and not die. Twiggy's going to provide some serious value to his teammates, especially by not being booped, but rather being the booper. Ooh, gonna pop the wings now. Gonna see what Meccano can bring to the table with that. Not very grouped up team right now. Well, Gravity will group you up for you. So the ultimate's not getting a lot of value out of it. Cynics, meanwhile, just throwing out lots of damage on that Zarya. 100% charge. 100%. 10% pressure. 20% skill. Is that copyrighted? Am I not allowed to say that? Ooh, and Twiggy with the boop! Venture was unable to secure a gondola. Looks like we're going to be brought back to the second overpass. This is going to be a very intense fight for the Alt+F4 side, as they don't really have any defending ults. Their best bet is to pull off Slick's Blade before they need it. Oh, Venture Moose popping the ult. If they can secure even 2 kills, that could have been bad for Alt+F4. Those 2 kills come in, but significantly later. Slick, unable to find a lot of healing, is going to go down, and that could spell out some serious problems, especially as you see Premium and Felina both push up with a lot of damage. Sniper's going to stay inside the window, but all in all, you're going to need some serious speed to get back on that point, and... Sinai. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Alt+F4 was unable to reach the cart in time, and that'll be the game. That brings Why Not up to 2-0, which, according to round 1 playoff rules apparently, that is the game. Next week, we will be seeing a lot more of first to three matches. So we will get a very different flavor then. However, for this match, we may be able to get a third round going. So this way we can provide you, the viewers, with a little more entertainment. Well, the missing person definitely makes this a little bit difficult. Faye! Venture Moose injured his finger in that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is extreme esports. Well, seems like a fun one. Oh, hey! Chat demands the third! Cats versus Torbjorn. Who would win? Cats. Cats would win. That's not fun times. That sucks. God. Ah, great. Okay. They can automatically start the match. So, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You get to see another poorly cast match. No self-deprecating humor here. Lijiang Tower. Gardens. It's a nice little map. You get a lot of realm for projectiles, spammage, a bit of shielding, but a lot of lines of sight cut off. So it's not exactly the strongest for Widowmakers.
Let's just get the job done.
And we're going to see Twiggy playing Doomfist today. This is going to be a match to enjoy for sure. A 5v5. Now, a lot of compositions work around the idea of having 6 members. So, by default, running a 5v5, do you want more healing or do you want more damage? Or shielding? Most people will sacrifice in shielding, as you can generally see by Alt+F4. Looks like we're going to have a two-pronged attack from the Alt+F4 side. Ooh, not connecting anything with Twiggy's Rocket Punch there. Cynic's is going to try and get some damage and get some charge out of this monkey. Really find a lot. And we walk in on Twiggy dying. Killing with the death ball, and Cynic's still with 10 charge. I think that Alt+F4 has figured out how to mitigate the damage Cynic's can do. Point is still uncapped, which is a very interesting strategy to be done by a winning team like Why Not. Self-sustained solo heals would also be a very strong comp, especially here. But we have a team that definitely does not want to give up fighting for their 1 point that they want today. They didn't come here for nothing. They came here to freaking win. And they want to get something to show that they mean business. Ooh, and the Justice raining from above. Going to do a bit of damage before it's mitigated by that DM, but Premium looks like he's going to be able to get deep back just in time for a Meteor Strike. At this point, it's just a baby diva that dies. Twiggy's going to cap that point and stop it right before we reach 50% on the Why Not side. 2k DPI. Ooh. Oof. I'm not going to stick with the Fair Mercy. We're going to stick with the Fair Doomfist. This is like when Doomfist was first released, ladies and gentlemen. I think we've gone back in time. Bit of a poke battle here. The die from Kanjur is going to take out the Why Not side before they even know it hits them. Plasma eventually getting some revenge killing for all of his friends that died that day. He's going to boop him off the edge, and Premium and Kilojoules going to finish up the kills they need, hopefully, in order to get this point. Supposing that Plasma, after getting revived, is not going to cause a lot of issues. Ooh, Twiggy with an early death. That is not going to spell good for building up that percentage Alt+F4 so desperately needs. Of course, they do have over 50%. This is a good time for them to make mistakes if they need to. Going on the flank, we can actually see Kanjur taking out, with Felina's help, Slick. Premium, again, killing Twiggy. Fearlink also dying to Premium's hook. And nothing stopped this Roadhog. The answer is no. He has infinite health, infinite ammo, and infinite life. How can you kill that which has no life? I don't know. Ask Reaper. Twiggy able to escape that Graviton. Looks like he's going to get some revenge on Premium for that death that he's caused, for all the death that he's caused him and his comrades. Slick's going to try and defend this point, so this way, why not? Doesn't lose it. Because why not? And at 99 to 60, we're going to see some interesting final plays here. Twiggy and Meccano being the only ones with ultimates on the Alt+F4 side. Felina could easily mitigate most of the healing that Meccano can do, though. Ooh, Twiggy not finding anything with that. It's going to spell a lot of damage for for the ult economy of Alt+F4. As well as the death economy for Why Not, apparently. Cynics, now with a lot of charge still, really hasn't been feeding that much. Alt+F4 has really figured out how to avoid this critical, massive damage on Cynics' bubbles they've been doing, apparently. A late kill onto Twiggy. Looks like the Alt+F4 team is not going to be able to get back in time. We saw a lot of premium on this Roadhog. He is concerning. Also, apparently I've confused chat. God, that was scary. I saw through Lucio's face. For a moment, I thought I saw God. Go into people's face. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Stylosa. Just kidding. It's just Electromag. Okay, so here we're going to see an interesting swap up. Virli's going to go on to Tracer. This is a pretty strong move, considering. There's some nice sightlines you can do on your Widowmaker, but in general, you want the kind of DPS that you can do onto tanks that Tracer can provide, without feeding the bubbles that Cynics has been so intensely throwing out. A revive comes right back onto Virlis after being deleted. And it looks like the point's going to be capped early by the Alt+F4 team. They really want, they're hungry. They don't want to go away with nothing. They want to win. Looks like they can't win, but they can write home about something. Meanwhile, the Symmetra turrets are causing a lot of problems for the Why Not side. It's not really so much the raw damage they're doing, so much more as the slowdown and poke damage. Why Not and Alt+F4? No one's really on point here. Well, as people start trickling in. The shield goes out, but not really producing a lot of conflict zones that the Why Not side can use to capitalize on it. Cynic's now back to that full charge that he so enamorously loves. Premium goes down to a shitload of combination. And with Slick killing Kanjur relatively early, this could spell a nice win for Alt+F4 on the point. Ooh, and killing the Justice with the Fire Strike? How can you ask for anything better? Apparently a boop onto an ulting soldier. I would take that trade every day. Good work, Twiggy. Premium has been destroying people with this Roadhog of his. This tank combination is definitely something that makes Why Not a very strong team. They seem to play very well, monitoring each other's cooldowns and abilities, as well as playing with each other's ults and health. They actually do a bit of a rotate, which is a really high-level play when you think about it. It's not that intense, not that obvious, but wish I had stats to show you. You don't stat things like that. Cynics, meanwhile, not going to get a lot of value out of this Graviton because of his power and that shield. But Twiggy, knowing exactly when to use that ultimate in order to maximize damage mitigation. At this point, Alt+F4 has the percentage they need. They just have to get Why Not off the point. And they have the advantage to do it. Virlis is about to come up with his hammer. We'll see exactly how much damage he can put out with that. Ooh, missing the charge onto a Zarya. It's such a high charge. She's going to definitely be a person to worry about. Unless you cap the point. Alt+F4 takes the point, bringing this game up to a 1-1. Will they be able to secure their first victory in this playoff league, or will it come just a little short? This last map is a very strong Widow map. It produces a nice high ground as well as a good flanking position for anybody that wants to come outside and attack the point. A lot of spawn pushes will end up pushing up to this door, which has a nice mega health pack. So it's very imperative that you start and you take wins early and get a lot of ult charge. Ten players, I see 9. Ooh, and Virlius misses the charge. Stick to Widow, man. Just kidding. It's hard to get a charge. Ooh, strong firebolt, though. We're going to see. Why Not's being pushed out into the server room. Hopefully this will spell Alt+F4's early percentage gain on the point. Twiggy's going to be playing the hamster, new player, new character, all about them stall tactics. Gets a lot of shielding and can honestly produce a fair amount of damage. Just as I say it, dies, and Why Not takes the point. So, it doesn't look like we're going to see any changes from the Alt+F4 side. Twiggy going to go back to the stand around the point mechanism that the Hammond loves so intensely. Kanjir going to take a lot of burst damage really fast. Not going to be able to get a lot of hits there in order to recover. And it seems like Alt+F4 have the advantage in this fight. Using that shield, I'm only going to enhance my Satan. Premium, unless you can get that mech back, is not really going to be much more than a glorified feeder. As I say that, takes out Twiggy, takes out the turrets. Baby D.Va, hardest to hit, apparently most versatile in killing small targets. Plasma is going to play Hanzo this time. We haven't seen a lot of Plasma on Hanzo. Usually that's not his cup of tea, I guess. Ooh, and with the bigger bang combo coming out. See exactly how Why Not intends to take this point. Coming from behind, this is going to look like it's going to be the last fight for Alt+F4. With no real ults to speak of, except for perhaps a die combination. We're going to see Slick trying to punch a few people to submission while Twiggy tries to stall, but it seems like Kanjir has figured out the chink in the Hammond's armor, if you will. Cynics with a lot of charge, going to try and secure that point. Looks like that's going to be GG, y'all. Why Not wins. And with that, looks like Twiggy's going to be getting a play of the game, and that'll be the last game of the night. Good game all around. We will be getting another interview with Why Not now, as we proceed to investigate how they felt about the match as a whole. Take it away, Gabe! Hey there, Premium. Is everybody else able to join for an interview?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I'll let everybody know. Uno momento, por favor.
Okay. We'll be right back.
There we go.
Awesome. Hey, how's everyone feeling after that match?
Extra
Good,
PG.
good.
You did a full 3-0 sweep there, I see. How did that how did that last match make you feel? You guys had them on the ropes, and then all of a sudden they took back the second point.
Yeah, that Symmetra was doing us in.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Symmetra was.
I could not get a good angle, and like I finally had a position to do something, and I just could not get away from that hog.
I
Damn.
was a little panicky, which is why I just went back to what I know, which is Diva.
Can't go wrong with that strategy. So in the King's Row point, you guys the first fight happened really fast. They just steamrolled right over the onto the payload and just took it. How did you guys react to that?
I mean, we're kind of used to that. We tend to start off slow, like I was saying in the pregame interview. So it wasn't anything that really concerned us that much. We just needed to, again, slow down the game, regroup, and recollect ourselves and get the kills.
Yep.
Nice.
Or were you talking about when we took the point really fast? Because didn't we?
Yeah,
Or
you
did
mean when
run
we
with
were on
that?
attack? Yeah, we rolled them on attack.
Oh yes.
Oh, you're talking about the attack?
That was when we ran the triple support.
Goats?
Yeah.
Goats,
Yeah.
Standard
yeah.
Oh well,
goats and-
actually, let's start with defense. Yeah, but yeah, because they just came straight on point pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we felt like what we tried yesterday, doing the high ground defense, didn't really work. So we just kind of stuck by hotel and held there. We didn't hold it as long as we would have liked to, but then, like I said earlier, we kind of tend to start it slowly and get better as the game goes on. So
There was only a minute and a half though when they took it though.
Exactly. So it wasn't like it was
Yeah.
It wasn't as
complete
bad as
massacre.
yesterday, for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely not as bad as yesterday.
The I thought that the most interesting element of your attack actually on that point was that you were running a goats comp into a very skilled Ana. Were you kind of concerned about how Twiggy was going to react once you saw her?
It was something I was very, very conscious of, because if you recall the last time you streamed one of our matches and casted it, we had a lot of problems running goat into specifically Twiggy playing Anna. So I was very conscious of where he was so that I didn't get naded. That was something I made a conscious effort of.
Yeah,
think
and I
there's-
made sure that we dove. Well, I mean, my first dive target was the Widow, and then immediately after that was Anna.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter like what Twiggy's playing. I'm always concerned about Twiggy. He's a
Yeah.
damn good player.
Yeah.
Oh yes. So
Coming for him before the match.
sorry, I missed that.
We said we were coming for him before the match.
Keep your friends closer, your enemies closer, eh? So
Twigs.
for both matches, actually, we saw a lot of Widow play coming from the enemy team. I believe it was Virlace. He was able to take out 2 or 3 of you guys in order to get a lot of momentum in order to start up the fight. Did you guys actively try to attack him in order to cut off those sight lines, or what? How did you deal with these 3-man deaths instantaneously?
I did. I was getting really frustrated because I could not like his shots right in the beginning were flawless, like absolutely flawless, and I was getting really frustrated. And I was trying a bunch of different things, and all of a sudden Hanzo is my counter for Widow, apparently.
Very interesting combination.
Well, and my long range game isn't all that good. I tend to be much better in the kind of close and medium range. So for me, it's just to try and close the gap as quickly as possible and then get on top of them. Although I did switch to Widow for a little bit there, just to put some more pressure on.
Did it work though? I didn't feel like it worked. I don't know.
I got a kill or two as Widow, and then I felt like I just wasn't doing enough, and so I swapped to.
You know what was
Come on.
really killing us when we were trying to get to the Widow. I mean, Twiggy was in the back line booping us. He had us in a rolling stagger for I think 2 minutes straight.
Oh, he's a little
Yeah,
hairy on
more
that point.
specifically, he had me in a rolling stagger.
Over and over.
But
Yeah, and actually, I was
me
playing-
so hard on Rialto. I think that's probably the most tilted I've been playing an OESL match.
Yeah, I even called one out. I
Props.
said he's coming to the bridge.
Props to Twiggy.
still got
Yeah.
it.
I should have switched to Curry at that point to counter his Lucio.
Well, it seems like you guys have a lot of post-game review. Do you have one more match, I believe. It'll most likely you're the seed 1 team to beat right now. So we will see you as the last game on Monday when you go up for the Contenders Championship. How do you guys feel about securing your place in the finals?
It sounds so official.
Feels good.
Yeah,
It is official.
I feel
You
pretty
did
good.
it.
It's well, I mean, we looked at the rosters and everything of the league coming in, and we felt that coming into the season that this was a reasonable goal to win the Contenders again. We're on track to do that. We've got one more game to go, and hopefully it's as good a match as we played against these two teams today. They still have to play each other to figure out who faces us in the finals, but either way, we're looking pretty confident.
Great. Well, congratulations again, and we hope to see you guys in the winner circle.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for today on OESL. We're going to stay around and chat for a few more minutes and then most likely come on Discord. If you would like to hang out and play some video games, it looks like there might be a match or two finding their way in forming in the Discord. So please join the OESL Discord and stop by the Overwatch side. And we would love to have you. Enjoy your day.